I'm going to go ahead. Okay, I'm going to mute all of you for right now, but there are going to be times for questions, okay, that will reflect and stuff, so do know that. But to try to get rid of the background noise for the sake of recording, okay, I'm going to mute you all for right now. All right, so I'm going to share my page here. Okay, so when I book a party, okay, this is still to this day, guys, and I've been doing virtual parties for 3 years, okay, this is the document that I use, okay, so, and I can share this document with you, and I actually have a new cover photo. I forgot to change this today. I can show you the cover photo within my parties in a second, but the very first thing, okay, a couple days before the show, we're going to create the Facebook group. Okay, so typically what I will do, I'm going to open up a new Facebook tab here. Okay, so for those of you that have not made a business page, when you log on to Facebook, okay, you're going to go over here on the side to pages. Okay, within your pages, you can see that I have, this was just a test one that I actually made. And this is the one that I actually use. Okay, so you can see my post engagements, my comments. But I will say, do you see this number right here? This is not, I don't use this for anything other than really setting up my virtual parties in right now. So up here in the green is how you're going to create the page. Okay, business or brand. Okay, name your page. Let's see. Category, you can do, I think one of the categories is cooking or chef, okay? If you want to put that in there, you can. Okay, so I'm going to just skip, but this is where you would upload your profile picture. Okay, so you would pick your picture. I'm just going to skip this for now. Cover photo. This is the cover photo that I'm using for my parties this month. I'll go ahead and show this to you. So see if it pulls up here. Not sure why it didn't already. There we go. Okay, so now I have this cover photo in here. Okay, so now over add a button, okay? What you can do is when people want to book with you, how do you want them to contact you? I will click on, let's send a message to me. Okay, so if someone wants to contact me, it says on here, see how that changed to send a message? So if someone wants to message me, they just click send a message. Okay, so messenger. Okay, so now I should have this. Okay, so see now if someone wants to get a hold of me, now it says send a message. Okay, so basically now let's see. It has been a while since I've done this. Okay. Let's see here. That's how you invite friends to your page. Trying to remember here. Has anyone set this up recently that knows where the groups is when you first set it up? Because I thought it was over here. I mean, mine's over here on the side, but I don't see it on this. Does anybody remember when you very first set it up, how to get the groups? Um, anybody, anybody, nobody? Oh, okay. All right, so you guys didn't see that. It right down here in the drop down, okay, it says create a group. Okay, so create a group. So if I'm going to make a group within my page, okay, so I'm setting up a group for one of my hosts, okay, so I'm just going to say Kayla's online. Now, the reason I have this Evernote pulled up, you guys see how I added pumpkins here? Okay, the easiest thing, yes, you can just copy, you can copy this. Okay, if I give you this Evernote, you literally can just copy this. And then this is why it's easier when you're setting this up to have it on a computer. Okay, so then when, I did not copy the pumpkins. Weird, why is it not in the pumpkins? It's really weird that it's not doing the pumpkins. So I'm going to go ahead and just create it for now. Okay, so when I create it, I'm going to go ahead and upload the photo. Now, if I go over here to this Evernote, okay, I'm going to change this photo so the photo will be right there. So after you add the title, then it says add the cover photo. Okay, so you can just copy it from here and put it in here. Once it's already on my computer, though, I can go ahead and upload it here. Okay, now if I am setting up more than one party, what I do is I go ahead and I add another Facebook tab. What I do to this party, I do to this party. Okay, so I just go through them at the same time. So let me see if this is going to let me. Bothered that it's not letting me copy these pumpkins. I don't know why. I just did this today. It's really weird. I sent these pumpkins to myself on my phone so that I would have them. It's not letting me copy these little guys. These pumpkins literally don't like me. All right. I don't know why it's not copying right now. Okay, so the next thing after, you can go back in on your phone after you set it up though and do it from your phone. I don't know. I did it 3 times today. I added pumpkins to it. I don't know why it's not letting me right now. Okay, so now it says mark this as an announcement after posting. So I'll copy this and then I paste it in here. Okay, so this is the interactive catalog link. This is not going to change, okay? So this is in here. Now, you need to be sure you're changing this to Diana's. Now, on Pampered Chef's website, okay, so if you go on Pampered Chef website, then you are just logging in. All right, so starting a new party, you're just going to create it, okay, up here, and go through the steps of creating a party, choosing virtual. Okay, I start my parties on Saturdays. So starting at the 5th, it automatically goes to the 12th. Okay, if you're doing the party yourself, you click as consultant as host. You go ahead and put in your information. As soon as you put in your host name, okay, so it automatically populates to the month and day you're starting your party. So this right here is your link, okay? So I already created this one today, okay? So this is what it looks like right there while created. So if I want to copy, I go over here to the little circle with the 3 dots. Okay, we're going to edit our party, go in here and copy this link. We want to share it, we want to copy it. Okay, then we're going back into Diana's virtual party, switching out. Now it has her link in there. Okay, make sure, check all this information, make sure it's all good. There's the interactive catalog, and now we're posting it. Okay, so there we have our next post. Then we're going back to Evernote. Okay, so we got that. Set up post 1. Here is the welcome. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this. Now, guys, this Evernote file that I can share with you guys, so every time you do a party, this is what you pull up. You do not have to have an Evernote account, okay? So keep that in mind. You don't have to have an Evernote account in order to set this stuff up, okay? You can literally just save this in a note section on your phone or whatever and have it on there, so it's there every time you want to pull it up, okay? So next post. Okay, I'm changing Mandy's name because Mandy's not doing this party. Diana's doing this party. Okay, now we pull up the photo. I have already saved this month's special on my computer. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and post it. Okay, so now we have this. All right, so we've got this post, this one, and the guest special. Okay, so let's go over here. And here is the next one. Now, this is something that I do. You guys don't have to do this, but I do still use this microwave because there is a lot of interaction throughout the party if they're shouting out microwave throughout the party. Okay, so it gives them, like even in my cooking shows, when I did cooking shows, I didn't like silence. So what I did with my cooking shows when I was standing up there when I first started, they each had a catalog. And if they were the first person to find the product in the catalog, they got a ticket from me. So same kind of thing with this. This keeps even the posts, you know, that maybe not as much interaction, they're still commenting microwave ×2 or microwave ×5 if there's 5 microwaves in the post. And then I say, yay, you get 5 tickets, way to go. Something like that, okay? So this just keeps interaction going, okay? So you can do either one of these. Guys, I just Googled this picture and said ticket image. There you go, okay? So this will be the last post. So I'm going to insert my host's name here. Diana, her party. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and this one is ticket 1, and you can do this one as well. Okay, so this is my last post that I'm going to do before I talk with the host. Okay, so if you want to do just one of these, you can do just one of them instead of two, okay? So I set up my parties, guys. I set these up on Wednesday, and then I send the invite to my hosts. Okay, so I'm going to show you the next document that I use that is super important when I'm setting up these parties. Okay, so I have my party set up now. Okay, so it's in my page. So let me go over here and get another document from Evernote. Okay, any of this information I can share with you, these Evernote documents. So where'd you guys go? Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again. Yes, Pam brought up a good point, and I want to show you guys my system of what I do for tracking my bookings. Okay, so this is my Happy Planner. I got this at Hobby Lobby. They have them on Amazon. I am a paper pencil girl. I have tried Google Calendar. Trust me, I have tried so hard because it would be so nice not to have to keep track of this stuff. I just can't do it. I like writing stuff down. If you got the Google Calendar and that works for you, awesome. But I like this big surface, okay, where I can keep track of my cooking shows on here. So when someone wants to do a cooking show, I use these little orange sticky notes. I move these wherever I want to do my shows that month. Okay, I write their name down on these sticky notes. And the nice thing is if they reschedule, they come off and you can move them around. And then you don't have scribbles all over your calendar, okay? So that's why I use these little sticky notes on here. Now, for my virtual parties, this is what I do. Okay, so on here you can see I have this whole calendar. So I have 2 on a sheet on this one, and I have and then I just turn the page and I keep going on here. Okay, so on here you can do this on labels. I used to do this on labels, and then I ran out of labels, so then I started handwriting it. Okay, because I haven't went and got more labels. But if you already have your labels that already have this information, all you have to do is write it in. Okay, so on here, this is the host name, address, phone number, email. This is the very first information I am getting from my hosts. Okay, this says send a packet, because I want to make sure I know, did I send them a packet? When they get a packet, they get an X. Okay, so it says send packet. This says start party blank. So when I'm starting their party, I write in there, and then I also write in here, who did they book from? Okay, because I want to know who this past host is. Okay, so I write that information on every one of my hosts. Okay, so as soon as because if you guys have not heard this before, it is not a booking until it has a date. Okay, it's not a booking without a date. Okay, because people can say, yeah, I want to have a party, and then they're like, oh, but let me check my calendar, and then they check their calendar, and you're like, oh, do you know, Ned? No, I've just been so busy, so sorry about that. I'll try to get you a date. Have you heard yet? Do you know yet when you want to do it? No, I'm not so sure yet. Okay, so when I'm booking a party, I say to them, I'm starting parties on the 5th and on the 12th. Give them 2 or 3 dates. Which one of those works best for you? Okay, if you, like this month, for example, I wanted to book my 5th, 12th, and 19th with at least 4 parties before I book my 26th. So I'm not going to offer them the 26th date if my 5th, my 12th, and my 19th is not booked the way that I want it to be. So my parties that I booked the last couple of days, I said, okay, I had the 5th, 12th, and 19th, or the 5th and 12th. My 5th and 12th are already booked with 4. So now, now I'm going on to the next one, okay? So send them that, and then get that. Okay, this is when you're doing your parties, okay? So write that on the calendar, and now you have that information down, okay? So when you're setting up your party, you already have all of this, okay? Every single one of my hosts for this month already has their packet. Okay, that is something that I make sure that they have in their hand. Now, some people may say, but why would you send it out so soon? Here's why. Because if they have that packet, it's almost like that confirmation of, oh yeah, I've got this party coming up. It doesn't matter if they set it up on a shelf right here, it's still a reminder that they're doing this party. Okay, if you hold off and don't send the packet until a couple days before, now granted, if you just booked the party, you can only do so much, okay? But these parties that I already have booked, they've got their packets. And then I will ask them, did you get your packet? Okay, because I want to make sure that they got their packet before we talk and stuff. Okay, so let me share with you the next document that I use, but I wanted to be sure that you guys know my tracking system of what I'm doing to make sure that my calendar is booked the way that I want to book it. Okay, let me move you guys over to the side here. All right, so this is another document that I want to share with you guys. Okay, so first thing, send packet 2 weeks before party starts. Here is what I include in my virtual host packet. Okay, now you guys get, let me go grab one of these. Those of you that are new, you guys get these in your kits now. You can get 25 of these for a couple dollars on the supply order. Okay, so let me show you what this is. Okay, so I will put start party blank. I write their party date that they're starting it, and then I also write in their party link. If you guys don't know, okay, well, I haven't set up their party yet. How am I supposed to know their party link? Okay, did you guys see how it automatically put in their first and last name and the party date? Okay, that's going to be their party link. Okay, so I go ahead and write that in there. On here, where it says fill in your guest list, I put invite 150 people. Then on here, I put 5 outside orders, because these are all things that we're going to touch on when I talk to them. On the back, guys, I circle our goal of $800. If you're like, holy cow, I've never had an $800 party, okay? Let me tell you something. If you start telling them that your average party is $800, they will start working to have an $800 party. If you tell them that it only takes $200 to have a party, that's what you're going to get from your hosts. Is $200. Okay, even if you have never had an $800 party, guys, tell them my average party is $800, because guess what? Pretty soon your average is going to be $800. Trust me, there have been people like, oh my gosh, Melody, you're right. When I do that, I start having $800 parties. I'm like, I know. Don't tell them that our goal is $200. Okay, so that's why I circle this on there so they can see that's our goal. Okay, I did not have my hosts from this last month. I kept pushing and pushing to make sure every one of their parties was 550, because that was our goal. Our goal was to get that extra 100 and free. And if they weren't there, I was posting on their pages. Our host is guys, the day before it ends, our host is $400 away from the goal. I didn't say our goal, our host is $50. Our host is $400 away from the goal. And she got up over 650. Okay, so you just keep pushing and posting. Yay, we've got this much more, you know, after every couple orders that came in. Okay, so I'm going to get into all of that later. Okay, so I send this. Okay, this is at the front of my packets. Then host special. Okay, I'm going to make sure you guys know where host special is. So if I go over here to our website, okay, let me just hit the home link like we were very first logging in. Okay, so if you're in home, okay, now you're going to go over here to where it says explore. If you click on explore, host special and guest special are right here. Okay, so host special for the month, you click on that. Looks like they've been having issues in my marketing imagery all day. So, but this is where it is. So when you click on there, host special and guest special, hopefully if they're not having issues, will pull up, okay? It has said that multiple times today. Let's see if guest special will pull up. Oh, yep, guest special did. Okay, so here we have, there's our pizza one. Okay, you can download it, print it off. So that is how you get your host special and your guest special. Now, opportunity brochure is that brochure that comes in your kit that tells them more information about the business. Okay, I put one of those in there, and then I put a catalog. Mine costs under $2, right around $2 to mail this stuff. Okay, so I send them a packet. That is the first thing that I do. Then I write on here, I sent them a packet. Okay, so I know that they sent it yet. Now, I will tell you guys what I have started doing. Let me see if I can find one of my hosts here. Okay, let me see if I did it. Okay, so let me show you an example of what a conversation looks like, okay? So I'm going to be starting, there's what I told you guys. I'm going to be starting parties the 5th, 12th, and 19th. Which one of these works best for you? She printed it out so nicely. 10, she's a teacher. 10/5/2019. You guys want to know why I know she's a teacher? Because I talked to her on the phone today, and I learned all about her. Okay, so, okay, awesome. I'm going to get you a packet in the mail for you next week. Could I have your address, phone number, and email, pretty please? She sends me that information. Then I say, thanks, girl. I'll get you a packet in the mail this week, and then I will message you on the 30th. This is a really important thing, guys, that I started doing. I will message you on the 30th to see when is a good time to talk for a couple of minutes to give you some tips to help make your party successful. I have already told her when I'm going to be sending a message. Okay, do you guys want to know why I know the date that I'm going to be sending it? Monday, week of the party. Here's the message that I sent. So I look, if their party starts on the 5th, I go, okay, on this date, which was the 30th, because that was Monday, I knew that I was going to be sending them this message because I have this whole document saved in my phone in the notes section. So I look at what Monday is and I copy and paste it to my host. Okay, so let me show you how it progresses here. Okay, so she gives me a thumbs up. Okay, so here, hey girl, your party starts on Saturday. When in the next couple of days can we chat for 5 minutes about your party and how to make it successful? I'll get you your invite to start sending out on Thursday. She sent me immediately back, I'm free now. Texting or calling you. She said, we can go ahead and start tomorrow if you'd like. It's up to you. Okay, I talked her off that ledge. I didn't want to start that yet. Okay, so now you guys see this right here? This is because we talked about it and she said, yes, send me the information. I am a teacher and I absolutely love my teaching job, but I'm dealing with a lot of health issues. I may need to be looking for something else if I cannot stick with teaching, okay? So this all was talked about on the phone call that we had. Okay, so I send them this, okay? I do a call with the host. Now, the call document, the call script, you have to scroll down to the bottom because for whatever reason with this document, it will not let me pull it up, okay? So the host coaching call, okay, I'm just briefly showing you this because I'm going to go into this more detail, okay? But it's all written out here. We're going to talk a little bit more about that next week, okay? So there's the host coaching call information. Okay, so I have sent my host I have done the call, okay, and I have walked through exactly what to expect in the parties, okay? So this on here shows what I send Thursday, okay, guys? This is the invite. So it looks like this when you send it to them, okay? So when I send them this invite, I ask them on my phone call, do you have an Android or an iPhone? And this is in that script. The reason I ask that, because if it's an iPhone, it has this arrow beside it and they just click on it and this pulls up. And all they have to do is click send, 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 send. If it's an Android, I think you have to hold down on that and then forward it out that way. Okay, so that's one of the questions I asked them, so they know exactly when they get the invite what to expect and how to send it out. Okay, so on here, okay, this invite members, I only have 2 members available. Okay, and it's me. Okay, so it's not going to allow me to invite members, but when the hosts get it, they may have an invite button here. I don't encourage them to use that invite button, because what happens is the people just, and I tell them this on the call, I encourage you to send it personally, because if you just click that invite button, they may get a notification for it, but if they've gotten several notifications, they may never see your invite, and they may never know that they were invited to this party. Okay, so now if my hosts have not got the interaction or the people join that I feel like they need, then we can start inviting a few people after that. But I always start with inviting that message first. Okay, so I always start with this. Then I go into Friday. This is what I have them do, is I have them post it on their regular Facebook profile that they're having an online party that's going to be starting. Okay, my party is pre-party post Saturday and Sunday. I start the parties on Monday. Okay, and then we go through, which I'm going to go into a little bit more later, on how to do each of the things throughout the week. Okay, so what is super important, okay, when you guys are booking your parties, okay, one, when you're sending out a message, be sure that you are not just sending the message and not doing anything with it if they did not respond. Okay, so if you send a message and they saw it but didn't say anything back, give it a couple days and go back into that message and say, I know we are all super busy, but I'm just wondering if you saw the last message I sent you. Okay, because even me, when I'm on my phone, sometimes if I'm at practice, I mean, look at, guys, we're on this call and I swear, I mean, it's like, boo, boo, notification, notification, message, text message, calls, like, I mean, in the little bit of time that we've been on here. So I may look at this and then forget, oh, I looked, but I didn't actually respond at the time. People do that kind of stuff all the time. It doesn't necessarily mean they're ignoring you. So that's why you need to follow up again. Okay, so on our Team PC Hotshot page, okay, if you go in to our, on Team PC Hotshots, move you guys over here again. On the side here, okay, it's on the top of your phone on the scroll bar, but on here where it says units, okay, if you go into units and go into new consultant training, there is a lot of tips in here. Okay, so tips for a successful virtual party. Here's a video that I did for some extra tips. Customer care follow-up wording. So these are some of the words that Sharon Zellen uses on follow-up for customer care. Bookings within virtual parties. Okay, we're going to get into that next week when we talk about bookings within your virtual parties. So here's some of my new consultant training, but what I wanted to show you guys is this tracker right here. Dang it, I clicked the wrong thing. This tracker right here, you can go in and you can print this out. Okay, it looks like this. So bookings, see how it has 5 different check marks you can do? No interest, booked a party, join my team. You can keep track of recruits at the bottom. Okay, so you can print this out and you can keep track of it, or guys, you can keep track of it in a notebook. Okay, but I'm going to challenge every single one of you to fill up 25 spots of people that you have reached out to this week. Okay, now the thing of it is 25 contacts is two-way conversations. Okay, so if they didn't respond to you, that can't count as 25. Okay, they need to actually have responded to you with no thank you, maybe, maybe another month, whatever it is. Yes, I'd like to do one. Okay, for it to count as 25. Okay, so I'm going to challenge you guys before our call next week, because here's the deal, guys. Bookings are the whole way that our business continues. Okay, without bookings, we can't get recruits and we can't get more bookings. Okay, so before, I'm sure some of you guys are like, oh my gosh, just show me the rest of that document that you have there with the, what do you do in your virtual parties? Okay, but before we dive into some of that, now some of you I know are ready to see the rest of that. Okay, but some of you do not have enough bookings on your calendar this month. Okay, so I don't want to go into all of the how-to stuff when our calendar is not where we need it to be. Okay, so that's where I'm going to challenge each of you, no matter how many you have, to try to get 2 more bookings, okay, on your calendar. Now, you're going to work on that by reaching out to people and tracking who you're reaching out to. Okay, so if you're tracking it, okay, then it's forcing you, even if it is 10 minutes on your lunch break, I'm going to go through in my phone letters A through H and send out text messages. Or in, Facebook Messenger, I'm going to send out letters, whatever through whatever, and send out some booking messages. Okay, however you choose to do that, if you will just take a few minutes every day to work on it, you are going to work on getting your calendar booked the way that you need it to be. Okay, so use that tracker. Like I said, use a piece of paper, however you choose to do it. That is going to be our biggest focus before we really dive into everything else that we want to do. Okay, now there is a message, and I had a new recruit that signed up a couple days ago. Let's see if I have. Okay, so I sent this to her first. First thing, guys, if you guys have not started Dash training, start doing some of your Dash training, okay? Because there's some really good information in there as well, okay? So start with that if you have not done that, okay? All right, so this is what I sent my new consultant, and I can give you this wording, okay? Our first goal is to get 3 shows to begin on October 5th. Guess what? She has 4. She just text messaged me a little bit ago and said, I have 4 shows to start on October 5th, because I challenged her to get 4, okay? And she got it, okay? So I'm going to give you the wording to send to 15 to 20 friends and family to help jumpstart you. You may change the wording to be more of an individual. This is not a Facebook wall post. This is a private text or message. Guess what, guys? Guess where this is saved? Notes section on my phone. So when I have someone join my team, I send this out to them first. Here is the message, and this is where you guys, I can give this to you guys in copy. Hi, I'm now a Pampered Chef consultant. Very exciting. I'm setting up my first round of virtual parties and would love to include you as one of my hosts. What does that take, you ask? Very simple. Just say yes, and then I do the rest. You just add your friends with an invite, and I'll give you and play along in the party. At the end of the week, you'll have a nice shopping spree, and you'll be helping me launch too. What do you think? Okay, gotcha. I'll get it done. Okay, so just a very simple message that we're reaching out to people. Okay, so the biggest thing though is knowing who you have talked to, okay, and who you have not talked to. Okay, did I share that? Are you guys seeing me or the screen? Me? Okay, did you guys hear the words that I was saying? Okay, So let me do this for those of you that want to comment, because some of you are in different places right now. Okay. Some of you have the bookings already. Some of you need the bookings still. Okay. So let me copy this wording. Obviously you're going to change it depending on where you're at in this business. Okay. So, but let me copy it in the chat so that if you would like to have it, okay, you can. Okay, so there it is there. Okay, so some of that wording, like I said, you can adjust it a little bit to tweak it how you want, and it may sound different depending on who you send it to, okay? But you can copy that and send it out, okay? So our goal is going to be to get 2 more bookings, okay? So I want you to shout it out, message me, let me know when you get your 2 more, okay? And so that we're going to focus on that first, getting those bookings, okay? Because next week on the call, we're going to dive in to that host coaching document. I'm going to show you the actual call that I do, my wording, the responses from my hosts, how I talk to them, okay? I'm also going to talk to you about how to get bookings within your parties. I'm going to take one of my virtual parties and start diving in it with you and showing some of the posts that I have and the responses that I have within those posts, okay? The reason why I'm not diving into all of that now is because, like I said, if you guys don't have the bookings and we need to start there, okay, and you haven't set up groups yet, you know, you haven't set up the Pampered Chef Party, okay, it's important that we start there, okay? Then, like I said, we're going to come a long ways by the end of this month. Our goal, okay, is going to be working towards that. You guys have seen the post for, what is our hashtag? I just went blank.
4 gives you more?
Yes. 4, is it gets you more or gives you more? 4 gets you more?
No, something like that.
Yeah. 4
tomato,
gets you
tomato.
more. Yes, thank you, dear. So 4 gets you more. And the reason that we're doing that, guys, okay, just like my new consultant that signed up 2 days ago that already has the 4 bookings for this weekend, okay? Because what's going to happen when you get 4 bookings in a week, okay, one of those, may not even happen. They may say, my dog died, my brother's sick, you know, whatever the reason is, okay, that party may not happen. So, okay, let's just go ahead and throw it out and figure that maybe we're down to 3, okay? Of those 3, what is very typical, you may have 1 barely qualifies, hits 200, 250, 300, 1 that's average, and then 1 that is a pretty good party, okay? So, but with those combinations, okay, if the average, I think, for virtual parties is, I think, 400. Even if you're figuring, let's say 300. Let's say every one of your parties gets 300. Okay, that's $900 in sales a week. Okay, you times that by 4. Okay, so you get 900 times 4. That's $3,600 in sales in a month. Okay, it ends up being around an $800 paycheck. So from just having 3. And guys, let me tell you, for someone that's been doing virtual parties over 3 years, it is just as easy to me to run 1 as it is 4, because I'm posting the exact same thing in the parties. Okay. And and what some people are doing is they're making 1 group and adding all 4 hosts to that 1 group. And then it's 1 party to track. There's a lot of people that are starting to do that too. Okay. So there's different ways that you can do it, but I can tell you, if you can have 3 to 4 parties a week, you are going to start having an extreme success. Okay. So you're going to start seeing results and paychecks and bookings and recruits. Okay. So by the end of this, okay, that's going to be my goal for you guys. Okay, because if someone brand new out of the gate can do this, okay, I know that you guys can too. Because let me tell you, sometimes our friends and family are the biggest pains in the rears to get to book a party. Okay, and she got 4 of those pains in the rears to book. Okay, so but once you get out of that friends group, guys, it gets so much easier. And think, you have the whole entire United States to work with here. Okay, so I mean, one of the people, that girl that I was talking about, okay, she is from California, and she was just in one of my parties. Okay, so you never know, when someone's going to book from way somewhere else. And the person that had the party is one of my friends. Okay, so a friend had a party, and I booked with someone in California. That's how quickly you can get out of your friend circle with virtual parties. Okay, so you really can do it. Okay, so let me open it up to see if there are any questions about anything that I shared this evening. Like I said, if this is some stuff that you know, stay tuned. We're going to dive deeper, okay? But when I was telling my personal team, because there's some people that haven't done the virtual parties before, okay? And so I want to be sure that we're starting at the how-tos, the bookings, and then we're growing from there, okay? So, but I do want to open it up and see if you guys have any questions. Go for it. Anything?
Well, I already have my page set up, but just for new people, does it have to say your name and then independent consultant on the business page?
I don't think it necessarily does on the business page. I think on your personal Facebook profile, like your Facebook, like if you put the Pampered Chef, that's what needs to say under you. But as far as your business page title, I think people kind of do cooking with Clara, whatever you want to do for that. I don't think that necessarily matters. But I think your title, as far as your Pampered Chef title on your Facebook page, it needs to say that. So I think mine says Melody Harper's Pampered Chef on my regular page. So yeah, Melody Harper's Pampered Chef. That's what mine says. So here is, what mine looks like. And if I go to my groups over here, it's going to pull up all of my groups. Now, the ones that I just set up today. Okay, see, I put pumpkins on mine. I don't know why the stinking pumpkin wasn't copying, but I have it. So just what I showed you guys, here is my cover photo. Every post that I showed you guys, that's what I set up today. So mine looks exactly like what I shared with you guys. So as far as page goes, guys, be sure when you are commenting within your parties, it says interacting as Melody Harper's Pampered Chef. Because if you click on this, you can change it to your profile, okay? But you don't want to interact on your page with your profile, okay? Because that's how Facebook sometimes will start. See how it says interacting as yourself? Even on your phone, when you're checking your parties, be sure on the bottom right-hand corner when you're commenting and interacting that it says interacting as your page, not interacting as yourself.
That's what I haven't figured out.
Okay,
I guess I'm not interacting from my business page. I mean, I have one and I set everything up through it, but it doesn't show that I'm interacting as or through my business page. And I guess I don't know how to do that.
So let me see here if I can show you. So if I go into, are you talking about from your computer or from your phone?
Either, but mainly my computer.
Okay, so if you are going in, do you go through pages here and go into your actual page and into your groups?
We see you, not your computer.
Oh, sorry.
Correct.
Thanks for telling me before I talk to another 45 minutes. Okay. Okay, so on here, okay, so if I'm on Facebook, okay, and you're going into, do you click on your pages? Go into your page, click on
We
your
still
group.
see you, Melody.
You still see me? I'm sharing my screen. It says stop
I
sharing.
see your screen.
You do?
I do see the screen.
Oh, now we are. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, it says stop share at the top. Okay, so now over here on groups, okay, if I click on groups and I go in to, here's where you
Okay.
can see.
Then-
Right here
okay,
on
that's where I'm
every-
going wrong.
On every group, it says interacting as Melody Harper's Pampered Chef, okay? So now I know if I'm commenting in here, it will say, see how it says Melody Harper's Pampered Chef?
Yeah.
Harper's Pampered Chef. If I change that to interacting as myself, it'll just say Melody Harper. Okay.
Okay.
So as long as when you're in your pages, you're staying interacting as Melody Harper's Pampered Chef page, that is what Facebook wants to see you doing. Okay. Now, if you're in your phone, I will always go in the same way. Okay. So if I'm going into let me show you guys. Let me stop share for just a second, okay? If I'm going into my phone, okay? So this is, I'm just hitting, I'm hitting the 3 lines. Then I'm clicking on my pages right there, okay? So then I'm gonna go in the one that says Melody Harper's Pampered Chef, okay? So now I'm in my page. Now on the phone, you scroll right here. This scrolls over to my groups. Okay, now here's all my groups. Okay, so I'll scroll down to one that has a pumpkin. Okay, so now I'm clicking on the groups. Now, let me get really close. Okay, do you see how right there, see that?
Yeah.
That says
Yes.
interacting as my page. So I know I'm interacting as my page, not myself. So if I want to interact as myself, I click on that, switch it, now it says interacting as myself. Okay, so that's how
Got
I
it.
know on my phone I'm in the right place, and then that's how I know on my computer I'm within my group interacting the right way. Okay,
So Facebook may look at me less when I start doing that?
yes.
Awesome.
Okay, now, this is the thing, okay? Anytime I am going into my parties, I always make sure it says interacting as page in that corner. Okay, so if you can start consciously making, now, if I'm just scrolling through Facebook, I'm not interacting as my page, okay? I am just commenting on whatever, okay? But if I'm doing business type work where I'm selling products and doing things like that, I am interacting as my page. Okay, here's another thing that I try to be careful to do is I try not to have my computer and scrolling through a bunch of stuff and then on my phone scrolling through a bunch of stuff at the same time, okay? I try to, if I'm gonna be working on my phone, I try to exit out of all my stuff on my computer because sometimes the robots that are monitoring us, I think they just see several devices. Oh, or if you have some, because sometimes I'll make the mistake and I'll leave Facebook up on my computer and I'm off somewhere else, on my phone doing stuff. I think these robots see that we're like in different places and logged in on different stuff, okay? So if you can try to consciously just close out and work from one device at a time, that seems
Okay.
to help as well. Now, sometimes I've noticed with SendShare in particular, Anytime it seems like there's an update on Facebook, sometimes it doesn't seem, I don't know if it doesn't jive always with SendShare, but sometimes it takes a bit, I think, for the systems to start jiving together. And I think that sometimes throws into Facebook jail too. But I've been using Post My Party since June, the first time, the June, the horrible month where we all were in Facebook jail for like the whole
Yeah,
entire
for
month.
real.
I started using Post My Party at that point, and I haven't had any issues. But like I said, I interact from my page, and I am sure that I interact from my page. When
I'm gonna start interacting from my page. Hopefully that will eliminate my issue, because I've got both of my Facebook accounts in jail right now. So I had to create a third one, and now I'm manually posting all of my posts in all 3 parties, which is exhausting.
Okay.
So
Also be sure of this. Okay. Do know this. Do you use SendShare?
yes.
Okay. Know that when you're in Facebook jail and you're setting up posts in SendShare and it's still posting, it's lengthening your jail time. So,
It's not even posting. SendShare notified me and said that since I'm blocked or whatever, it won't post.
don't post. Okay.
Last
Because-
time I was in jail, it did post and it did lengthen my stay.
Mhm,
I was
Yeah.
in jail for the whole month.
mhm.
It was weird.
So I will, just like you're doing, I'll get off of my other stuff and I just manually posted for a little
Mhm.
bit, tried to clear everything. Make sure you clean out your stuff too. Like I even took the app off of my phone and then re-put it on there, cleaned out, computer stuff, made sure I deleted, because I think sometimes too, it's still in our phones and stuff.
Mhm.
And so it's, when we get out, it's still recognizing that it's an issue.
Okay.
So I just try to really clear out everything. When I went into jail and I used my other profile, I tried to really work through I did not comment a single thing from my phone during that time. I went, from my computer, I interacted as that other person only on my business page. So I did that for a little bit and until I got out, and then I waited. Once it said I got out, I waited a period of time and would just maybe comment once. And then maybe I tried posting something, but to get back in good graces, try to stay off of your regular profile for a little bit, posting stuff. And then anytime once you're out, be sure that you're interacting as yourself.
Okay.
So, and if you're still not, if you go back in again, I honestly would kind of look at your posting device, what you're using.
Yeah, I don't think any of us in Shakers and Bakers, except Angela, I don't think any of us are using SendShare anymore. We're all doing Facebook scheduling, but it's a pain in the rear. And I didn't know that you were using Post My Party.
I am. I'm going to go ahead and end this recording.